Mississippi Valley State. Head football coach Karl Morgan. Coach Morgan in Mississippi Valley fell at home to Alcorn State by a final score of 35-28. This week they will host Southern at 1 p.m. Coach, are you with us?
Yes, sir.
Coach, please talk about your battle with Alcorn last week and preview Southern at home on Saturday.
Last week's game was a great disappointment. We led at halftime 21-7. Came out and gave up 28 points in the second half, only scored 7. Disappointing in the fact that, we didn't finish. We led the week before 7-3 against Delta State, so we've got to come up with some answers as to what we need to do, what we're not doing, what we don't need to do as far as in the second half. And we faced an opponent this week from Southern University that scored 60-plus points Saturday night. They have a real good quarterback, I think a real good receiver in Lee Dawes and Dre Joseph, excuse me. And so a real talented offensive football team. I've always been impressed with the quarterback. I think he's a good player. And so we got our hands full this weekend. We're at home after coming off the road against Alcorn. So hopefully we can get on the winning track. We desperately need a win.
All right, thanks, Coach. The floor is now open for Karl Morgan, the head football coach at Mississippi Valley State.
Coach, what were some of the adjustments that Alcorn made in the second half that maybe presented a problem for you guys offensively?
A problem for us offensively in the second half? I don't know if it was more Alcorn or more us just not executing. We executed better in the first half. Like I said, I think they got, a little momentum off the tirade by the head coach after the onside kick was disallowed, and they played a little more packed, a little more further on defense, especially on that drive. We had the ball on first and 10 on plus 30 going in, and we wound up getting 2 or 3 subsequent holding penalties. One was questionable. And I think they played a little more passion, a little more energy in the second half on defense.
Could you talk a little about Patrick Ivey? He received a newcomer of the week, and it just seems as if week in and week out you're starting to have these players that are under the radar during preseason emerge, like Devon Jones, and you're coming in Julian Stafford and Robert Simpson were your marquee guys. But how's the development, how's the cohesion with the team as far as implementing some of these guys that have come on in the last week and done so well for you?
Patrick Ivey had his best game today. He didn't play last week against Delta State because of a sore shoulder. But threw for 3 touchdown passes. I don't think there has been a quarterback since I've been here in the 4 years that has thrown for 3 touchdown passes in a game, which is good. I think he has a bright future here. He's got good size. He's got a good arm and can run the football some. I think that we have an influx of a lot of new guys, and it's good to see him and Devon reach those accolades in the first couple of weeks. But we got a whole bunch of other junior college players that are somewhat, getting adjusted right now, that are playing for us. That when they get completely comfortable in what we're doing and how we do it and what we're expecting, I think we'll continue to improve. I thought we made strides this past Saturday. I told the team after the game, they're very, very disappointed, but a lot of positives, to move football and to score some points, to stop some people. Disappointed in the second half that we didn't do all that. We even continue doing that. But I think this thing is a process because of the fact that we lost so many people. And in time, we'll be decent. We'll be very competitive. but we got some growing things to go through.
Coach, talk about the fourth quarter. Looks as if you guys gave up 22 points there in that quarter. Talk about it. Is that when it really started to fall apart for you guys?
Yeah, it was a perfect storm, a combination of a lot of factors that came into play. They executed at a better clip, and like we had some things we didn't do well defensively. They recovered another onside kick. The first one was disallowed because they plowed into the front line guy without giving him a chance to catch the ball. And then the second one they got, legitimately, we dropped the ball on the second guy. We fumbled the ball on the -20 coming out. So we had a punt block also. So those things all kind of came together to really spell doom and disaster. Turnover, block punt. They recovered an onside kick after scoring. So hats off to them for doing some things that caused us to give up and to go down by 22 points in the fourth quarter.
We're still taking questions for Mississippi Valley State head football coach Karl Morgan. Let's talk about your preparations and how do you prepare for Dre Joseph in an offense that's high power like Southern?
Well, I think we got to execute. We got to be where we're supposed to be as far as gaps, as far as coverage, drops, and zones. We've got to do whatever we do. We may have to cut down on some of the things we're trying to do. Whatever we do, we got to get better at it. And we got to execute. If we got to blitz off the edge, we got to come off the edge, keep containment. Whatever the case it is, the thing about it, I think he's accurate. I think he does a good job of finding the open receivers. They got some talent at the wide receiver spot. They got a running back that is, I think, a freshman guy that's starting to develop and run the ball a little bit. So from a defensive standpoint, like I said, we've got to be able to control the running game and hopefully force them to be one-dimensional. And then when we do that, we got to be able to cover. They do a lot of, from what I can tell, the film I've seen so far, a lot of screens. They got some guys that can run outside. Number 26, I don't know his name, but I saw him take a screen and take nothing and make something out of it. And gained the first down, went all the way across the field, went from one sideline to the other sideline and gained 13 or 14 yards on a play that was dead after he caught it, but he made something happen. So got to stay close, keep it close, and offensively we got to move the ball. They gave up so many yards. I don't know how many yards they gave up a lot of yards. So obviously something's there. I'm sure they're going to make a lot of corrections and make a lot of points of emphasis. But we've got to exploit what's exploitable, and we got to be better in the kicking game. We can't have a punt block. We can't get an onside kick. When we talked about hitting an onside kick, and the whole front line is leaving, without sitting there waiting for the onside kick. So we've got to get better in a whole lot of areas quickly.
Coach, last year you faced Southern on television on ESPNU and held them pretty tight and walked away with the win on national television, which then was probably one of the reasons they let go Stump Mitchell. In any sense, does your team kind of, that air that Southern would probably look for this game as a revenge game?
I don't know. I know since I've been here, and this is my fourth year playing Southern, that's the one game out of all the games we played. One team out of all the teams we played in the conference that we've been fairly competitive against for whatever reason. The first year we were actually that was the first game we were in a game in the fourth quarter my first year. The second year was 28-21 here at home. Last year was a 6-0 victory. our kids, for some reason, feel comfortable playing Southern University, whatever the case may be. So we're hungry and desperate for a win. We were hoping that we could get a win at Alcorn, come back, play Southern at home, and get 2 victories and be 2-0 at the break before going to Alabama A&M. So we didn't get the first part of that combination of 2 wins. So hopefully we can come out here and compete, play smart, play sound, and get a win.
Mississippi Valley State head football coach Karl Morgan. Coach, we appreciate your time.
Anytime, thank you.
Thanks a lot. Again, that's Karl Morgan, head football